All right, hi everyone. It's James and Noah, and today we're talking about a really cool topic. It's all about location. You had a really good point about reviews, and you think they're funny. Let's flip it around. You're not a consumer. You're not the customer. You're the owner.
Yep.
How do you what do you say? What's your advice for managing? First of all, for people that don't know. Reviews are absolutely critical and they can't be ignored anymore. Mm-hmm. The number of reviews, the number of stars you have out of 5 as an average, people make a decision to do business with you or go to your store or, order from you online based on your star rating. Especially if they don't know your business very well yet. They're debating about whether to work with you or not, or go to buy from you or not. Out of 5, the stats are something like if you're not 4.2 out of 5 on average or above, there's quite a fall off of people that go, the other company is 4.7 out of 5 or 4.8, 4.9 out of 5, 5 out of 5. They're just going to choose the one that has better reviews. Mm-hmm. And it's almost unfair, totally. Especially for a company that has 5 reviews and 2 of them are 1-star ratings. Mm-hmm. Your average all of a sudden sucks. It's totally. Like 3. And you might actually be an amazing company, but your reviews say you're not.
Totally.
I don't know hopefully I didn't steal your thunder, but comment on that.
Yeah.
And what are you supposed to do if you have a 3-star rating?
Yeah. I mean, there is a truly authentic Italian restaurant in town that, I love and I think is great. And they were getting not great reviews. But their response to those reviews is gold.
Yeah.
And so in reading reviews or in looking at reviews, I tend to look past the sort of star rating. I'm not certain that is every consumer, and I would say that most people aren't looking deep into the reviews. They're mostly looking at the stars.
Stats would say they kind of judge by the surface, by the cover, unfortunately.
Totally. Yeah. But I think if you're a business and you can respond as quickly as possible to those, I think it's going to help. I've changed a star review that I gave to somebody once because of the response that they gave me.
Yep.
So, and understanding their perspective and what was going on at that time. I think there's a lot that can be done to help reverse a negative review. But some people are just hard to please. And, if you find those people and, call them Nancy's, whatever you want to do, but or a Karen, maybe a Karen.
I knew you were going to say Karen.
Yeah, maybe Karen comes to your store and you're having a tough time. You can appease to a broader audience.
Yeah.
And I've actually... There's another local restaurant that I really like, and they weren't doing very well on their reviews, and I deliberately went in and left them a 5-star review because I knew that they were good, and I've been there and I've enjoyed it. And so, there's a balance there with your customers, and even requesting a nice review from your regulars helps to boost your review rating.
Yeah, I was about to say that. So if you don't have very many reviews, what should you do? Request them. Request them in person if you have a store. Request them via email, if you're a B2B company. And make it easy. You can create little shortcut links. So it's like, please leave us a review. Click here, and they jump straight to the review page. You do need a Google account to leave a Google review. So you automatically have one if you have Gmail or if you use Google Calendar. But that's kind of not everybody knows that. But it's important just to ask, and keep building those up. And that way you can overpower the odd negative one that may have dragged your average down if you don't have very many reviews. So, that's a really good point. I would say a little bit too about responding to reviews, just to reiterate what you said there. Respond to both positive and negative ones, but when you respond, to positive, you're basically just thanking them. It's like, hey, great to hear that. Really appreciate it. To negative reviews, it's a little trickier. If it's really, really, really simple, like one sentence, you can debate their point or try to explain it or something. That's once in a blue moon. Honestly, with our agency, when we get, it's like someone just left this, scathing review. It's just, don't get into a battle on Google, on the platform. It just won't win. You just won't win, period. You have to address it though, but don't try to fight them on the spot through Google reviews. So we always recommend acknowledge their point. Like, you don't have to agree with them. Acknowledge that you've heard them. Then take it offline. It's like, here's an example. You're the customer. You just said you absolutely despise Twin Creek Media because of this, and that. And I'm like, thank you for your feedback. I hear what you're saying. I'd love to have a conversation with you about this. Here's my email, or you can call us at this number.
For sure.
It's kind of like the 95% win.
Totally.
Is handling any negative review that way.
Totally.
So anyway, our fourth point on Google My Business Profiles is getting into the data and the insights in the business performance. So I can tell you point blank, we measure statistics and performance for loads and loads and loads of companies all across the Okanagan and BC, Western Canada. And some of those businesses are doing lots of sales and stuff in the U.S. as well. So 3/4 of every company we've ever worked with over 10 years, the Google My Business Profile is one of their best sales channels, sources of website traffic, but for about 3/4 of them. So it's not always make it or break it, but a well-optimized Google My Business Profile is gold in terms of, it doesn't matter what business they're in. This is every industry. This is retail. This is B2B. This is services. This is, direct to consumer. It doesn't matter. It's absolutely critical in terms of the bottom line. Like, there's probably cases where I've seen $1 million plus in business come in through the Google My Business Profile. Actually, a whole bunch of times. And it's a significant, representation or proportion of their annual revenue, even for local companies.
And how hard would you say it is to set up a Google My Business?
This is part of an SEO package or ongoing services that we do, but the initial setup and optimization is $500 to $600. That's it.
Yeah.
Like it's not, like, really? Yeah.
And is it something somebody could do on their own?
Yeah, if you're techie.
Yeah.
It's like, can you build a website on your own? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Setting up a Google My Business Profile is way easier than building a website, but it's still one of those things that once you've understood what optimization is and how it impacts SEO, you do it differently. So an expert's going to always, I could build a deck on my house. I would be bad and slow. Is it a good use of my time? No. Would it be level? No. So yes, can you do it? Yes.
Cool.
This is a lot of yes and no's.
Yeah.
But
should you?
Should you? Only if you're techie and you have an understanding of search engine optimization, I would say. And it's a good use of your time. If your time is worth $100 an hour, but it takes you 2 days and you're doing it over the course of 3 months, to find the time in between to do stuff, stop. Hire someone that's going to get it done for $600. Why would you do it yourself? Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So let's rattle off some really interesting quick facts about Google My Business. And we're going to be reading them because we don't have them memorized, but they're pretty neat. What do you think the impact is on reputation? I would say I have no Google profile for my business. You have a Google My Business profile for your business.
Well, my business is 2.7 times more likely to be considered reputable by consumers.
And that's a hard fact. So another interesting one is, did you know that 86% of people look up the location of a business on Google Maps?
Of course. I didn't know that exact statistic.
86% though.
But 86% is high.
It's almost everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
It's probably everybody with a phone.
You know what a neat thing is, and this goes on to my point before, was businesses with a star rating of 4 stars out of 5 or greater have a much, much higher chance of earning someone's business or getting that sale or drawing in that new customer. So, yeah, star ratings important, reviews important, optimized full profile to help your local SEO. And just the fact that you're getting eyes on your brand, on your company, on their location, you're being near. So, and if you don't know how to do this stuff, hey, we can help. We can help kickstart your Google My Business profile.
For sure.
Our agency is really good at that. We have lots of people that are super, super techie, good at SEO, good at writing, and we can help, right?
For sure. Have you ever... We can totally help. Have you ever left a 3-star rating?
A 3? No.
No. I think it's weird. It's
Lots
like,
of 5s.
It was okay.
Lots of 4s. If it's not a 4 or 5, it's actually a 1.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat.
Because 2 and 3 are weird.
Yep.
No man's land.
And it's like your experience was average. You're not really going to leave that. It's like it was.
You're
average.
not even. Yeah.
I'm not going to think about it.
I mean, that kind of depends on the person. I don't even leave a review unless I feel strongly one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why there's never a 2 and a 3 star. It's always either a 4 or 5. Usually, and then or 1, right? Because you didn't like them for some reason, and you just go,
Totally.
right? So
I think the coolest stat that we have here is that 76% of people who search for a local business on their smartphone visit within 24 hours. I love that stat because that means that there is a direct relationship between
the immediacy.
Yeah, we're going. It's so if you're a business, somebody Googles you, there's a 76% chance that they're going there within the next 24 hours.
It's interesting because on the measurement side, we do a lot of reporting and we see where the phone calls are coming from for a business. Is it coming from social media or organic rankings or another directory? Google My Business or an ad, like a local banner ad or something. So you're kind of tracking where the phone calls are. And like so many are coming from Google My Business, right? Which is kind of goes to your point where they're looking for that company. They hit the click to call right on their phone. So if they're visiting them in 24 hours, but they could be calling that business within seconds.
Yep.
So that's a neat stat to end on. Cool. And that's all we have.
That's it.
Right? So, GMB.
Leave us
do it.
A 5-star review.
Let's go, if you want. Yeah. No, I think join us next time for more amazing insights from the dazzling and brilliant mind of Noah Barlow.
Yeah. That's my mind. It's amazing. We need a chair spin. We have.